to remember to look at the camera because I keep trying to look at my monitor, and obviously it's not going to look like I want to look at because I'm looking down here. Okay, it's been a while. It has. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't really have an excuse. Life has been life, and depression's been depressioning, and quite frankly, I've been tired, so I haven't had the motivation to film anything. I got a spur of motivation, and I said, you know what? Let's use this, okay, before it goes away. So I recently went on a trip to South Carolina for my aunt's wedding. It was so beautiful. The wedding was beautiful. The weather, not so much, but I love the South. So like just being able to sit outside and read was all I wanted to do, and I got to do that a couple of times aside from like all the wedding business. So that was nice. But whenever I go on a trip, I love to bring an array of perfumes with me because I just never know what mood I'm going to be in. I'm a person who scent is tied to how I feel that day and like what my outfit is giving. So I can't really like pinpoint one thing and just say like, oh, I'm going to wear this the entire time. That's not me. If that is you, I commend you. I feel like that is an accomplishment, but I am not that way. So and I just wanted to talk about why I took them with me, and if I wore them, how did I feel about them? You know, just like I don't know. I'm a person who ties like experiences to scent too. So the perfumes will remind me of the events that I wore them to, or like, you know, whatever trip I take. So yeah. So if you are interested, keep watching, I guess. So the first two I will start with are by Ellis Brooklyn, and forgive this one because I broke the little cap thing inside, so I had to tape it so it wouldn't spill out of my suitcase. But this is Florist by Ellis Brooklyn. Obviously it's a floral. It's really, really, really pretty. And then my tried and true, this is my favorite, like I wear it anytime perfume. Like if I don't know what to wear, I wear this. This is Myth, and I'm actually almost out of my bigger bottle, so I need to get another one. I can't be without it. That's actually like the first fragrance where I was like, oh, I can't be without this one. Florist is such a pretty floral. It's lightweight, but it's also airy at the same time. But it packs a punch. Like it packs like a really nice, soft, pretty floral. Like when I smell this, I feel like someone is wearing pink. And it also does to me give like nice, beautiful wedding. So that's why I bought this one with me. Myth, like I said, I love it all the time. That's why I bring it. So like if I'm doing something and I'm not sure what to wear, I'll throw Myth on, and it's just a no-brainer for me. Myth is a like your skin but better, and it's like a musky floral. So it really goes with everything. It goes well with the traveling like in an airport. It's not abrasive, and it doesn't take over a space. It's just kind of like to yourself, which I think is perfect for traveling because it's like you're not, you know, not too loud, but you do smell good. And I think that like that helps the experience for other people around you too. So then I'll go with this one. I bought the Kayali's The Wedding Silk Santal. Obviously I like it a lot. This is a mini one. I don't know if I like this one enough to buy the bigger version. I may buy another mini one though, like if I get through this one this year, but that's not why we're here. I bought this one strictly because it has the wedding name in it. And so it's a pretty, I'm not the bride, but it's a champagne-y, bridal, effervescent, effortlessly pretty scent. What are words? And so I bought this one because it says the wedding in the name. I also bought this one because I wanted a gourmand scent to bring with me, but I didn't want anything to be so heavy. And this one leans very vanilla to me. So that is why I bought the Wedding Silk Santal. Tocca's Guiletta. I think I've talked about this one before. This one is another one that's like myth, that's like you throw it on and you don't have to think about it. You smell good, you smell very pretty, you smell very feminine, it's lightweight, and it's not abrasive, it's not offensive. If it's really, really hot, it's not, it doesn't like overtake the space and kind of like funk up the space either. It's really lightweight. This has notes of crisp apple in it, and I think that's why I like this one a lot. And it has a little bit of floral in it too. So just think of like a crisp floral that's like breezing through the wind. It's really, really pretty and very simple. I brought Tocca Guiletta as well, just to be really airy and have like a your skin but better, and something that you just don't have to think about, especially like when you're on vacation. Like, I don't know about you, like for me, sometimes I just kind of want to be, and I don't want to smell like crazy. I just kind of want to smell good and clean, and or when I wear something to bed, and those like Myth and Guiletta are those perfumes for me. So I bring those for that option, and also like to travel through the airport, and also to not take up the space if it's super, super hot. Like I said, it's just moods. All right, the next one is another Ellis Brook. I did not know I bought that many Ellis Brooklyns. This is Sunfruit from Ellis Brooklyn. This is the travel size. This is the only size I have of this one. And this one is one in my collection that I'm still kind of like, I don't know about it. That's why I've had this for so long, and I'm only about like halfway through. It's a very pretty fruity scent, but for some reason I just don't gravitate toward it. Like, it fills a room, it's very pretty, it's very appropriate for summer, but I think that the fruit, I have to look at the notes, but I think the fruit in it, I'm not the biggest fan of. It smells good, like, don't get me wrong, but just for me, and I don't reach for it much. On the trip, it was much of the same. I used it occasionally, but I used it more to fill the room, to just like give the room a nice scent, because I'm a person that likes to smell a perfume in the air, like just to feel like a little more comfortable in a space. I didn't use it particularly on myself. So yeah, this is Ellis Brooklyn's Sunfruit. All right, and then the last perfume I bought was a perfume oil from the Oil Perfumery company, the brand Oil Perfumery, and this is their impression of Amouage's Guidance. And I bought this because, why did I bring this? I wanted something like complex. I think that's why I bought it. I wanted something complex, and I was trying to think of like what goes nicely in, really warm weather, but it's not like harsh. It's nice. It's good. I like this. It's a pear, a hazelnut. I actually wore this, I think, to bed once, or just like around the house. This is something I think that you could use, and like you could throw it on too, and have to think about it. You're gonna smell good, but I think you have to be in the mood to wear this. And for me, what I've noticed is I'm only in the mood to wear this when I am traveling. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna try to use this a little more, probably more so toward the fall, winter time. I think when I smell it, it gives me fall, winter. I don't know. I have to play around with it a little more. Let's talk about what I wore and things like that. I kind of talked about that a little bit in between, and I didn't mean to. Sometimes my mind just goes, but now I'm officially going to talk about what I wore and how I feel about it and like what I didn't, you know, all the things. On the actual wedding day, I wore, I think I said this already, but I mixed together Florist and the wedding silk Santal. And these two were very, very pretty, very feminine, very effortlessly chic, very beautiful. It just, the way it wafted in the air, amazing. And I could not have picked something better to wear to the wedding. It just felt really beautiful along with my dress. I'll try to see if I can insert a picture. I probably won't, but anyway, I will try. But just these two together, they were so pretty and very effortless, and I definitely could see myself wearing that combination again for like a brunch. I don't really go out like that, but if I get invited to one, that's something I could think about wearing. I wore Myth in the airport. Yes, I wore Myth to the airport. Tried and true, beautiful, love it, great. Did I wear Guiletta? I don't think I wore Guiletta this trip. If I did, it was like to bed. If I did, it was like to bed. I don't know. But I don't really remember wearing Guiletta. But if I did, I wore it to bed. Sunfruit, like I said, I didn't wear. I just didn't grab, like, I sprayed it on myself. I was smelling it, and it's just, I don't know. I am going to finish this because I bought it. But like I said, I just didn't grab for it. Maybe I just didn't want to smell fruity this trip. I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to be really lightweight and floral. That could be a possibility. Maybe I didn't like it. Maybe I just didn't like it for this trip and like this destination. That's something I can consider too. That's fair. And then guidance, like I said, I wore one night. I think it was like the day before we were about to leave. And I was like, I took a shower and I was like just chilling. And I put this on because I wanted to smell like cozy, but I also wanted to smell like a good. So that's why I wore this one. So those were all the perfumes that I took on my trip this summer. I do not know if I'm going on another trip. We never know what the future holds. So for this trip to South Carolina, these are the perfumes that I brought with me. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you've gone on a trip recently, tell me what you've packed with you. I'm curious to know what people pack to certain places. That's always intrigued me. And that is kind of how I get ideas of like what scent profiles I want to explore with. So if you've traveled anywhere recently, let me know what you brought with you and where you went, so I can kind of start to feel out the vibe of that place, you know? Yeah. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully it will not be too far along from this one. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Bye. The second one is not in this video. We're not going to talk about that. But anyway, and so I pulled for guidance. Or the impression of guidance is not real guidance. It's a no-brainer. It's just a little yeah. Like I said, try. Let me slow down.